You may now withdraw, and I pass the floor to Mr. Tom O'Brien.
The absence of war does not guarantee the presence of peace. The people of Western Sahara no longer go to bed each night to the sound of gunfire and bombs, but neither do they live in peace. More than 500,000 Western Saharans live under the brutal repression of the Moroccan occupation. Another 100,000 have fled and live in exile and abject poverty in refugee camps in the Algerian desert. There are 16 United Nations peacekeeping missions in the world today. MINURSO, the mission in Western Sahara, is the only one without the authority to monitor human rights violations. As an international human rights expert at Harvard University, and having worked on the Western Sahara crisis for many years, I'm speaking to you today with an urgent message. The United Nations must monitor human rights violations in Western Sahara. Let me tell you a story about Khadija, a student in the de facto capital city of Laayoune. One afternoon, back in March, Khadija found herself in the middle of a protest against Morocco's 41-year occupation. 3 Moroccan riot police came up to me from behind and tripped me, she said. I fell and they tore my headscarf off and hit me. They dragged me by the legs, face down, to their van. Inside, about 10 police officers were waiting. That's when they hit me the hardest. During half an hour or longer, they beat me. They called me a prostitute. They insulted my mother. They threatened to rape her. Khadija's not alone. Human Rights Watch has documented the cases of thousands of people, just like Khadija, who faced violence and abuse just for speaking out or engaging in peaceful protest. And it's not just the Moroccan government that's responsible. In the refugee camps, the Frente Polisario has crushed its critics and prevented Western Saharan refugees from leaving. Many Western Saharans are angry. Can you blame them? Most have no opportunities, no prospects, and no rights. The world has forgotten Khadija and the Western Saharans like her, and they know it. Where is the UN when our rights are violated, they ask? Where are CNN and the BBC? That anger, that fury cannot be sustained without being unleashed. The status quo in Western Sahara, an absence of war but an absence of peace, cannot possibly endure. It's been said that young hope betrayed transforms into bombs, and there are too many young men and women in Western Sahara whose hope and trust has been betrayed. Western Sahara never makes the news, never. But raising awareness isn't enough. We need action urgently. Why isn't the UN monitoring human rights violations in Western Sahara? It makes no sense. But it's a start. If we can start documenting this violence, we can hold the perpetrators to account. We can end impunity and injustice in Western Sahara. After all, justice is not a precondition for peace. Justice is the essence of peace.